Students, now we are in 7th standard. So we will start our mathematics syllabus. See, in the 6th standard you have already learned about some geometrical constructions, and in 7th standard the very first chapter is about the geometrical constructions. So better we will start with that chapter only. Yeah, last year we had done the geometric constructions using these geometrical boxes, like we have one set square, we have one protractor, then scale in it, and of course we have a compass box. Using these all instruments we can construct the geometrical figures or whatever we want. See, last year we have studied how to draw the angle bisector. So first we will revise it, how to draw the angle bisector, what do you mean by angle bisector, and the second one what you have learned in the 6th standard is about the perpendicular bisector of the given line segment. Okay, so first let us start with angle bisector. See, the angle bisector itself tells us that is what is it or what type of ray is it. We can draw an angle, any angle. See, if I draw an angle like this, A, B, C, how I will write it? The measure of angle ABC, I can measure it with the protractor and I write if it is 40 degrees. Okay, so the angle ABC, a measure of it is 40 degrees. Now what about the bisector? The bisector is a ray which passes through point B, that is a point of the angle, and which divides the given angle into two equal parts. Okay, so you know how to draw this. Our problem is how to draw the angle bisector, and you have learned in 6th standard, so I will go fast. That we will take first. See, now we will draw the angle bisector. For that I will draw one angle. See, first we will try for the acute angle and then we will go for the obtuse angle also. See, this is our angle ABC. Now what we can do? Take a compass, have any distance desired, put it at the point where the angle is made and then mark it with the equal distances. Okay, these are the 2 points where they intersect the sides. Again make the same arcs with the same point, taking the same points, you will get a point where the 2 arcs intersect. Mark it like D and then you can join this B and D together and you will get an angle bisector. See, this is my angle bisector, and what does it mean? That this angle bisector makes 2 equal parts. This bisector itself describes you, bi means 2 and sectors means sections. So this ray is making 2 sections of the angle. Which are they? Angle ABD and of course angle DBC. See, the measure of these 2 angles are equal, and so we will call ray BD as an angle bisector. Okay, so this is how we can draw the angle bisector. Same procedure can be done. Of course, I will not now use the compass, I will show you. If the angle is a obtuse angle, again what you want to do? Draw the 2 points equidistant with this, suppose this is PQR, and then again mark it. Every time this angle bisector will be in the inside or in the interior part of the angle. So this is the angle bisector. I will mark here the 2 angles and this shows you how the 2 angles are equal. Okay, you can find out for this for the right angle also. See, this is PQR again, which is right angle, and here the same procedure, that is marking of the 2. Of course you can use the compass box here again, and again the 2 markings will make you the 2 equal angles. See, if this is S, then angle PQS is equal to angle SQR. Here you come to the point that there is one ray which starts from a point of angle and passes through the interior part of the angle, which makes two equal parts of the angle, and thus this is an angle bisector. Okay, then we want to find out what are the properties of this angle bisector. See, now about the properties of the angle bisector. If a given triangle is there are three angles for each triangle. Can you say that a triangle is drawn, and then I will show you with a rough triangle. See, this is a triangle ABC and there are three angles. Can you draw an angle bisector for each one of them? See, you can draw an angle bisector for B. With the same method, you have to use the compass box, and then making the same points of intersection, you find out the angle bisector of B. Similarly for A also, and similarly for C also. See, here you can find out three angle bisectors of a triangle. Of course, the three angles are there for a given triangle. But now you can extend them. Can you see? And they are passing through one point. What do you mean by that? All the three angle bisectors passes through one point, or you can say they intersect in one point. That means the first important property is that the angle bisectors, I will write here, angle bisectors are concurrent. You have heard this word, concurrent. Concurrency is a point, or the point of concurrence will be a point here. See, this is a point where all the three angle bisectors intersect, and so this point is called point of concurrence. So this is what we want to find out. And always in any type of triangle, all the three angle bisectors will intersect in one point. Can you try it? See, you can draw any acute angle triangle, that is all three angles are acute. You can draw obtuse angle triangle where one angle is obtuse, or you can draw, of course, a right angle triangle. So all type of angles are there. And now see, where can be the point of concurrence of these angle bisectors of a triangle. And roughly I will show you. This is a point, here also this is a point, and here also. With this you can go for any triangle. That is, these are the three maximum possible triangles. So we have drawn for acute angle triangle, we have drawn from the right angle triangle, and of course we have drawn for the obtuse angle triangle. Then what about the special feature for this point of concurrence? This point of concurrence, if you draw, you can take a set square, see, and if you draw a perpendicular from this, you can have, you know how to draw a perpendicular. So draw a perpendicular from that point on. Now we have drawn in triangle ABC. These are the three angle bisectors. I will mark it, and this is a point of concurrence. From this point of concurrence, I have drawn three perpendiculars on three sides of the triangle. Can you measure their distances? See the length of the perpendicular from that point. Of course, they are equal. Suppose I will mark this point as I will tell you why I is only there. And if R, again P and Q, you will find that IR is equal to IQ is equal to IP. That is, this point is equidistant from all the three sides. This is why we call it as in center. What is in center? See, why this is called in center? That if you take a point at I and take a radius equal to IR or IQ or IP, I can draw a circle passing or touching all the three sides, and that's why it is called as the in center and marked as I. Okay, so first property about the angle bisectors is all the angle bisectors are concurrent, they intersect in one point. The second property is this point of concurrence is equidistant from all the three sides, and so you can draw a in circle. So these are the two important properties of angle bisectors. See, again, one more important thing we can notice, of course it is not a special property, but we can notice is angle bisectors are always inside the triangle. Now we have learned about angle bisector. See, one more important concept is about the perpendicular bisector of the line segment. When any line is given, see, I will draw one segment and suppose I want to bisect it. This is given for a particular length. Now how you will draw a bisector? You have an idea. What is bisector? Again, I will write here perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. What do you mean by that? See, there are two concepts. That is, they are perpendicular also. You know what is perpendicular? Of course, that it makes an angle of 90 degrees with the given segment. And bisector against which divides equally. So, a line segment which will divide a given segment, or you can say it is a line only, which will divide the given segment in two equal parts with a 90 degree angle. So for that, how we will proceed for this? You have learned, and we will quickly see the procedure. See, take in a compass a distance more than half, then you can draw two arcs from the upper side and again on the lower side. See, here the two arcs should be done with the same distance, and so I will again mark at the point B. Okay, and then these two arcs will intersect. Here the point is P, suppose, and here is the point Q, and then I can join these 2 points. See what a precaution I have taken to take this point. I have taken a distance, and now this distance is not as I desire, but it is more than half. If you take a smaller than half distance, then the arc will be at two different parts and they will not intersect. So take care that the distance between them should be more than half of the segment. Now this is a line, required line, and so I have given two arrows also, and I have marked 2 points on it. So then I will write line PQ. How I will write it? Perpendicular. You know, this is a sign which can be used to write the perpendicular to segment AB. This is a shortcut method, of course. I will write it in full. See now what is there? This angle. This should be 90 degrees because our first condition is perpendicular and the other condition is a bisector. That means these two segments, of course I will write here S. Then two conditions should be satisfied. The first is angle ASP is equal to angle PSB. It should be equal to 90 degree. That is where the line intersects, make two angles, which are 90 degrees, and the second condition is, of course, the two parts of this segment must be equal in length. Then only we will call as a line PQ. Line PQ is perpendicular bisector of line segment AB, See here, again we are in a position, are there different segments given, and we are going to draw only the perpendicular bisectors? Because our basic idea is about to draw perpendicular bisectors of three segments of a triangle, because everything we want to learn with the triangle. And suppose a triangle is given. See, I will draw again, because when I say that it is a triangle, of course it can be of any two sides. That is, suppose the triangle again PQR is given. How many sides are there? Of course 3. So one is PQ, the other one is PR, and the third one is QR. Can you draw perpendicular bisector for each of these segment? Yes, of course, we know how to draw the perpendicular bisector. So take a compass, draw perpendicular bisector of this line, and you will get, suppose this is a perpendicular bisector, and remember that when you have to write it is a perpendicular bisector, instead of that you can make these signs so that it is clear that this is perpendicular and makes two equal parts. So it is a perpendicular bisector. Similarly, we can draw here also perpendicular bisector of this. Of course, the two parts will be of different length, because the sides are of course of the different length, and this is the third one. Okay. See, now we have got the three perpendicular bisectors of one particular triangle. Now you can see, according to this line, I have one point of concurrence also. Are these perpendicular bisectors are also concurrent? That is, all three must intersect in one point or passes through one point? Yes, of course. So, but remember, the angle bisectors were always, the point of concurrence for the angle bisectors are always inside the triangle. And here, how are they? We will just find out for the obtuse angle triangle and the acute angle triangle. It is inside, and it is given as the C. Why C? Again I will explain. Something must be about the circles. Can you draw, see now, the obtuse angle triangle? One angle obtuse, and the other two are of course acute angles. Now suppose it is ABC, and see if I can draw a perpendicular bisector of three segments. Which are the three segments? AB, BC and AC. So try to draw perpendicular bisector. Of course, take the compass, and here you can see a perpendicular. Of course, mark it with perpendicular and equal. Here for BC, you can again take more than half and draw a perpendicular. See, are they intersecting inside the circle? No. Then what about the third one? And where they will intersect? We will try to draw, and this is a point of course. And here you can think that no, they are not intersecting, so they are not concurrent. But it is not the case. If I extend it, see, they are intersecting in one point, and this is a point again C. It is outside the circle. So this point of concurrence, which I have marked as C, is outside the circle, for obtuse angle triangle. For acute angle triangle, it is inside the circle. And then what about the right angle triangle? Suppose I want to draw the right angle. I will again draw a right angle triangle. So this is a right angle triangle, and again I will mark it as suppose x, y, z. Which are the three sides? X, y, y, z and x, z. Can you draw? And of course the perpendicular bisectors. See here, the perpendicular bisector will be here about for the x, y. The perpendicular bisector will be here only for the y, z. And perpendicular bisector will be here only. And for that, you can see C point, that is a point of concurrence for this triangle, is on the triangle itself. So see, in each way there are different places for point of concurrence. And what is the important point in that? If you measure the distance, that is here C from Q, that is you can measure the distance with your divider. Then the distance between the PC and the distance between the CR, all are same. What can you conclude here? The point of concurrence is equidistant from all the three vertices. And what is the importance of it? If you take a compass, put a point on C, take a distance which is equal to the distance between the point and the vertex, and draw a circle that will pass through all the three vertices. And so it is called as the circumcircle. See, the circumcircle, and this is the center of circumcircle, and that's why I mark it as C. That is how we have studied two different bisectors, angle bisector and perpendicular bisector. Of course, we have three minimum angles for a triangle, three minimum sides for a triangle, and then we can always bisect them. And see, you have to draw all these figures on your own. Then only you will understand for different triangles how the position of C will change from interior to on the triangle and outside the triangle. Now students, what we have learned about the angle bisectors and the perpendicular bisectors, we will try to solve our practice set 1. See, in that practice set 1, the first sum is about to draw a perpendicular bisector. Now you must be knowing how to draw it for the given segments. So there are three different lengths are given. What you want to draw is first take the scale, then draw the segment of the given length. So it is 5.3, and I can mark it as a 5.3, and then I can draw one segment here. Okay, then you can label also as 5.3 centimeter is the given or required segment. Now what I want is to draw a perpendicular bisector. So again I have to take a compass, and what to do? Take a more than half and make the two arcs out of it. So I will put it here, make one arc, the same arc on the lower part also. With the same point again I will mark the two arcs. The 2 points of intersection I got, I can join them, and see here I got a perpendicular bisector of the given segment. Okay, so these are the perpendicular and bisectors. You have to remember, every time you have to show these two signs. It shows that you are a particular for this angle also and for these segments also. Now the next one is about 6.7. Can you draw a segment of 6.7? So I will again take one here, and 3, 4, 5, 6.7. Okay. So again you can name it as suppose PQ and write the distance also, so that you will remember I have done a correct choice, that is the measurement is also correct. Now what I can do? Again take a compass, take a distance more than half and mark it on both the sides of the segment, that is upper and the lower part. With the same distance, don't try to change it. We have to mark the two. See here, you can't intersect it, so again keep it here and extend it so that you will get a point of intersection. These 2 points of intersection, we have to join it, and see here is our perpendicular bisector. Again you have to draw the 2 sides of this perpendicular and of course the bisector, that is the 2 equal parts of it. So this is a perpendicular bisector for a given length 6.7. Now the last one, that is 3.8. Again draw it, that is 3.8 and label it, like I will label it as XY and 3.8 centimeter. Now again take the compass, always do the same thing, and whenever you will do it 3, 4, 5 times, it will be fixed in your brain, and then any time, any length is shown and you can draw the perpendicular bisectors of that segment. Now suppose this is the 2 intersections, and so I can join them to draw the line. See, this is a perpendicular bisector, and what else we want to do? Of course, mark it with the perpendicular sign and the bisector sign also. This shows you how it is a perfect geometrical construction to draw a perpendicular bisector. Of course, you can write the name also, that is you can name this perpendicular bisector and can say, suppose I have marked here that P and Q, and I can write here that PQ is a required perpendicular bisector, or let it be like that only. It will be given that it is a perpendicular and bisector. Okay, then we will go for the next exercise, the same exercise, the sum number 2. Here draw the given angles, and now it is about the angle bisectors. Draw their angle bisectors, and how you will check it? You can measure the 2 parts of it and find out whether they are same or not. So first you have to draw the angle, it is very important, and so what I will do is draw any one line, that is a ray, and at this particular point, suppose I want to draw the angle of 105. Then how to draw the angle? You must be remembering, make your 0 point on this line and 0 coinciding the line. Then you will start only with 0, because in your compass there are 2 markings, 0 and 180. Remember, you are finding out with the 0. Here also 0 and 80, 0, 10, 20, up to here 90, 100 and 105. Make a distance there, and then you can have this angle. See, this is our required angle of 105 degrees. Now you know how to draw the angle bisector. Here again I will draw the angle bisector taking compass. How? Here it is not necessary to take more than half, because here it is a very convenient distance. Make the 2 equal parts, make their angles on the same distance. If you have to increase, increase. Otherwise, you can take the same distance also. Sometimes it is required to increase the distance, then increase it and find out the point of intersection. Mark it, as you can mark this angle also, like ABC, and this is D. Then see, joining this B and D, you will get this is a angle bisector. How you will mark it? By this marking only, teacher will come to know that this is an angle bisector. But if you want to measure these angles and find out whether they are equal, you can measure them also. Now the second one is an acute angle. See, then 55. I will again draw one ray. Now I want to make an angle of 55 degrees. Same precaution, that is 0 on the line and 0 on the line again. Then 50 and 5, that is 55. So after joining this, you will get one line, and so this angle, suppose this is PQR and the measure of this is 55 degrees. You can have to write the measure also because you have drawn the angle with the given number. Then again what I want to do is take your compass, same thing, because the same repetitions are there, and see, you can be perfect because the practice makes the man perfect. So you have to make a practice for different angles and you will be perfect in drawing the required angle bisector. So now this is a required angle bisector, so I can mark it for you. So these are the two things. Okay, so this is obtuse angle, this is acute angle. Of course the third one is the right angle. So you can use your set square to draw it also. So no need again to draw it. So here you can draw with your 90 degrees. Again mark it with, suppose, one different angle like PRS and it is 90 degree. So you can make a square so that it will be again 90 degree angle. So no necessity for writing 90 over there. Again take your compass, have a convenient distance, not very small, not so very long, and so that you can mark them with the given equal angle. See, this is a distance, you are marking these arcs, and then join this, the point of intersection. Here you can easily say that this is 90 degree, when divided by 2, each will be having 45 degrees. Okay, so no necessity to draw any other 45 degrees also. This is how we have tried to draw angle bisector. So draw different angles, don't measure it also, and make a practice. Of course, by practice you can draw any other angle bisectors also. Now about the third one. See, obtuse angle triangle. Draw one obtuse angle triangle and right angle triangle. Of course not in one, two different triangles. Find out the point of concurrence for angle bisectors. So first of all, what we will do? We will draw, this is the first part, that is obtuse angle triangle. Okay, so we will take one, we will draw one obtuse angle. See here, and now we can draw this is obtuse angle triangle. Of course, this angle B is one obtuse and the other two are acute angle. Now can you draw? See here, now only concentrate for one angle and don't go for the others, so that your angle bisectors will be perfect. And if they don't intersect, try to extend them so that they will intersect. See, take a very small distance and mark for the angle bisector of B. And here then you can draw the angle bisector here again. See, there will be so many arcs. So don't hesitate and just finish one angle bisector at a time. Don't go on marking all, then you will not able to find out which should be joined. So first finish one angle bisector. And so this is our angle bisector B. Okay, we have marked a little points so that we can see it. Now concentrate for C. Again what you want to do? See, mark the marks, then again do the arcs. The point of intersection I want to find out, See, here is my point of intersection, here are the 2 points, and then I will again complete for the C. I will go and find out whether here it is. See here, again I will go and find out this is my second angle bisector. And where will be the third one? By our knowledge, it should pass through this point only. So I can draw like that also, but check whether they are congruent or not. Concurrent, sorry. See here, the 2 markings are there. And then, of course, then put the same marking here, from here. See now, you will get jumbled by these arcs, where the arcs are, and so finish one by one only, and then you will come to know this is the angle bisector. Can you see? All the 3 angle bisectors are intersecting in this point, and what that point is? That is the point of concurrence. And what I will mark it? I will mark it as I, because this is a center for in circle. Okay? So for the second one. The second one is about the right angle triangle. So here I have to draw the second one. So right here, this is obtuse angle triangle, and I is a point of concurrence of angle bisectors. Because what they want, we will describe in our figure. They want find out the point of concurrence. So we have marked it with I and say that point of concurrence is angle bisector. Now the second one is for the right angle. So you can use this, the same with your set square, and go for it. That is 90-degree angle, and then join it. See here also. And mark it like X, Y and Z. Here also you have to do with the same concentration. Concentrate upon X, mark the markings and join it and complete the angle bisector. So no confusing statements will be there. See, for X, mark first 2 markings, then from there again 2 points, 2 arcs intersecting each other, and these 2 arcs will intersect in one point, join them. So this is, see, this is an angle bisector for angle X. Now same thing for Y. So make, again keeping your compass on Y, make 2 arcs again with the same distance. You can make the 2 arcs here, and then again join this point of intersection. You will find out that this is an angle bisector. See here, they have not intersecting. So what we will do? We will extend it. Okay? So we will find out the point of intersection for the third angle bisector also. So again find out. Here is one angle and other pair of arcs. Each time you have to draw 2 pair of arcs, and now it will be the same from the point. So this is again the I, and this is the point of concurrence. Understood? So this is obtuse angle triangle. Right here, this is right angle triangle, right angled triangle, and I again is a point of concurrence. Okay, I will write here. Point of concurrence of angle bisectors. Like this you can do it for the perpendicular bisectors also. We will go for the 4th one and we will find out what is it. See, draw right angle triangle, draw the perpendicular bisectors of each side and find the position of the point of concurrence. Okay, simple. So as we have drawn angle bisectors, now we will draw here only one question is there, but you can try on your own for obtuse angle triangle also and for acute angle triangle also. Okay. So now I will take one. Again, this is a very easy method to draw a right angle triangle without measuring the angle, because set square will give you a directly right angle triangle. Now what? Again mark it ABC, and now we want what? Perpendicular bisector. Underline this, so you will not mistake by angle bisector. Again the same thing. Here the distance should be carefully selected by more than half. Okay, take a point from B and take a distance in the compass such that the distance should be more than half, and then make the arcs on both the sides. Similarly from the other point also, that is other end of the segment, and see that it will also intersect. Now this is our perpendicular bisector of, now how we will show perpendicular and bisector. So this is how we will denote without any, see, geometrical figure speech more than the writing. So now I want BC. So take point on A, extend it. Now see, the distance AB is more than BC. So we have to go for both the sides here. Again from the B, we have to find out here also. You can check it whether the points are here, and you can join these 2 points of intersection and see that this point are intersecting here. Is this the same point where AC is the midpoint of it? You can try for it also. That is the third perpendicular bisector also you have to draw. See, go for AC then. Now again from A more than half and mark 1.1 arc, pair of arcs on the either side with the same C on the different side. See here, it is not extending, so you have to increase it. Better sometimes we may mistake by a short distance, and so you can have now, this is our, see, this is the third angle bisector, and this is again the angle bisector, the perpendicular bisector of all three sides. Where are they intersecting? This is a point on the triangle itself, and of course you know AC is an hypotenuse, and so I will mark it as C. Better I will take it as D, so that C will not be repeated. So ABD triangle and C is a point of concurrence for a right angle triangle. And note this point, that the point of concurrence for a right angle triangle is always a midpoint on the side itself. This is a property, and you will learn for it in the other standards, that is next standard also, why this is on the side of the triangle only. But this you should note. Okay. So these are the four sums, and now we are in the concluding sum, that is about the fifth one. See now what is given there. See now this is the application of the geometrical construction. You know how to draw the angle bisector. You know the angle bisectors are concurrent, and one important property is they are equidistant from the sides. Then angle perpendicular bisectors also, they are also concurrent, but this is equidistant from the vertices. So both of these we will try which should be used. See, Maithili, Shaila and Ajay are three friends, and their houses are in a town, and there is one toy store which is equidistant from their houses, all of them. Anywhere you go from Maithili's house or from the Ajay house, it is on the same distance. It is on the same distance, that is, if I imagine the three houses are here, suppose this is 1, then this is the other one house, and this is the third house. See, I can draw a rough picture of that also. This is Maithili's house, this is Shaila's house, and this is Ajay's house. Where will be the toy? Toy store is equidistant from all these houses. So, it should be where? See here, it should be equidistance, means it should be on the perpendicular bisectors of this. Okay? So, draw any of the triangle. See, now take, this is your rough figure for your imagination. Now actually draw the triangle with saying that M for Maithili's house is here, then for Shaila, S house is here, and for Ajay. And you want a point which is equidistant from the vertices. So what you will draw? You will draw a perpendicular bisector. Of course, again the same method, that is take a compass, take any two, see, and even though you draw any two perpendicular bisectors, here it is not intersecting, that means you have to increase the distance. And then this is a perpendicular bisector of this side, AS, perpendicular bisector. Again you have to go one more, MA or MS. The third is the point of concurrence only. And so what you will make? Make a point here. That is from S. Take more than half and draw the two arcs. Then second pair of arc from the second end. And you will come to know. So these are the 2 points of intersection. You can say here. Where are they intersecting? Point is here. So here must be a toy shop. Okay? And here you can say this is the circumcircle. So point C will be here, or the toy shop will be here, which is equidistant from M, A and S also. Because if you draw a perpendicular bisector, it will be passed through C only. So how you will explain it? As a toy shop is on the perpendicular bisectors, that is roads. You are drawing the perpendicular bisectors of the roads joining their houses, and the point will be equidistant. And so this is how by geometrical constructions we will find out again the position of a point which is equidistant from 3 different points.